Okay, so we're going to get started seated with a little bit of a meditation first. So take a full breath in and a full breath out and ground onto your sit bones, whether you're on a couch pillow or seated in a chair, or if you choose to lie down, that's perfectly fine as well. So take a full breath in and a full breath out. Let your eyes gently close. And we won't worry about the snow or the wind. We won't worry about what's going on in the world. We will just tune in and anchor into our breath and the sounds around us, which hopefully are nice and still. So take a full breath in and a full breath out. And if you're seated, stack the vertebrae one on top of the other, coming into a nice disciplined seat. Shoulders released and down your back. With each breath in, maybe you get a smidgen taller, and with each exhale out, you feel more connected through your sit bones to the earth, grounding yourself. Take another full breath in and a slow breath out. Maybe it's helpful to visualize how your body is starting to move already just with the breath as you inhale and your chest lifts and your lungs inflate. Let that be an energizing breath. And then when you exhale it all out and you feel that emptying out, that grounding, let a peacefulness and a stillness settle into your body. Take another full breath in and a slow breath out. Keep anchoring into the inhale and the exhale, focusing on how that feels as it moves through your body. Take one more full breath in and one more full breath out. With your next breath, slowly start to open your eyes, soften your face, put a little bit of a smile on your lips. Good morning, it's Good Friday. It's snowing here in Webster, but it's a beautiful, soft, peaceful snowfall. Good morning, Pat. And it doesn't really bother me that it's snowing on April 10th. It is what it is. So let's breathe a little bit and move a little bit, and then we'll get into some restorative poses. Again, be sure you have at least 3 to 4 bath towels, maybe a hand towel to cover your eyes, a couple of pillows off your couch, bathrobe strap, and if you've got your real yoga props, bolsters, blocks, and a strap, grab them. All right, take a full breath in, sweep the arms up, lift up nice and tall. Bring your hands back down to your heart space. Take another full breath in, sweeping up, opening up, lifting through the heart. And then exhaling again, bringing your hands back down. And then one more time, another full sweep up, looking up, taking a little bit of a back bend. And then exhaling, bring your hands right back to your heart space. If you're seated and your legs are behind you, bring them out in front of you so you're in a cross-legged seat, easy seat. Again, sitting on a pillow or a bolster is very helpful to get those hips a little bit higher than your knees. And then once again, take a full breath in, lifting up, and we're going to twist to the left. So take your right hand over the left knee. Slow, subtle movements this morning, and I'd like to do a more low work than getting up and getting too much activity. I'm feeling the need to be grounded and connected today. So take another full breath in and a full breath out. And with your next breath, sweep back up to center, and then we'll twist the other way. So left hand over the right knee, drawing the right shoulder back. You can take the back of the right hand and just rest it on your low back, or if your fingers reach the floor, that's great. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, come back to center, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bring your hands right to your heart space. Let's move right into tabletop, bringing some movement and space into the body. And we can do this slowly and together. So take a full breath in and a full breath out as you stack your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees directly underneath your hips. And then with a full breath in, release the belly, tip the tail, open up across the heart. And then exhale, round the spine, tuck the tail, let the head go. Push down through the hands and the tops of the feet. Inhale again for cow. And then exhale again for cat. And when you're in cat, you're pulling up through the low belly. Come back into your tabletop, and then you can take a couple of C curves here, looking down the right side, looking down the left side, just stretching out your side ribs. You're just bringing a little bit of space, taking inventory for what you feel like today, moving the spine, articulating through the vertebrae. And keep matching your movements to your breath to find that rhythm that goes with your practice, keeping you focused and anchored in right to where you are. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Walk your feet out long behind you. Lift your hips. Come on into downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And if you're not interested in going into down dog, or that just doesn't feel right for you this morning, come back to your seat and just focus on your breath until we get into the restorative. All right, so from down dog, lift up to your toes, take a full breath in, and then on your exhale, let the heels lower just a little bit more to the earth. Stretch out, feel that connectedness, that grounding through your hands and the feet. And then with your next breath, inhale, come forward into plank. Pause in your plank and then decide if you want to take your knees down or not here. We're going to lower, so bend your elbows close to your side bodies. Take yourself down to the mat. Release completely. Untuck your toes, press down to the tops of your feet. With a full inhale, draw your shoulders back, lifting up through the heart space. And then exhale, release that. We're going to do 2 more of those. These are small, slow, simple cobras. You're just drawing open across the heart, and then exhale, releasing. Inhaling again for a small cobra. Exhale and releasing. And then pause here flat on your mat. Tuck your toes. Take a full breath in as you start to lift up and either push back to your knees or full plank. Pause and then take your hips up nice and high, downward facing dog. And that might be all the stretch you want this morning, and there's nothing wrong with that. So again, you can always come to your seat if you're waiting for the restorative piece. But I do recommend you focus on your breath, taking full breaths in and full breaths out, sitting nice and tall, and just anchoring into this moment, this quiet stillness of this Good Friday. If you're still in down dog, take a full breath in, come up to your toes, look forward. On your exhale, walk your feet up right between your hands and ground through your feet. Set them hip distance apart, and with a full breath in, take a halfway lift and pause. Draw your shoulders back, pull into the low belly. Feel the strength of this pose as you exhale and forward fold back over your legs. Take a full breath in, sweeping up to stand. Take your right hand to the left wrist, stretch up on a breath, and then exhale over, stretching out your ribs. Keep drawing the shoulders back. Soften your face, take a full breath in, come back up to center, release the hands and switch the grip. Left hand to the right wrist. Draw yourself over. Take a full breath in, come back up, exhale, forward fold, hands right back down through center to the earth. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your feet back out to plank. Pause in your plank, and again, you'll have plenty of options. You might not be doing any of this flow work. You might just be sitting and breathing. If you're flowing with me and you're in plank, pause, decide if the knees stay up or down, and then bend your elbows close to your side body. Lower all the way down to the mat. Release everything and stay connected to the mat for 1 breath. Untucking your feet, pressing down through the tops of your feet. Take a full breath in and draw the shoulders back, lifting the heart for cobra, and then exhale, release that lower down. Tuck your toes, push back through knees or full plank. Take a breath, and then lift your hips high, downward facing dog. Pause and breathe. Soften your face. Feel the connection through your hands and your feet as you stay grounded in your down dog. Take a full breath in as you lift the right foot up behind you, pressing out through the heel. And then with your exhale, bring the foot forward and plant it by your right thumb. You can use your hands to get it up there. We're taking our time this morning. So just set yourself up so the right knee is over the right ankle. And then take your left knee down to the earth. And you can keep the top of your foot on the ground, or you could stay on your toes. If you were with me on Monday, we were stretching toes. So I recommend staying on the toes. It's a great toe stretch in addition to what we're doing here for the hip flexor. Put your hands on your right knee and just press into that knee, stretching out this left hip flexor, but staying nice and tall as you take a full breath in and a full breath out. And again, we're staying low and connected this morning. I just want to be still and in the moment for this Good Friday. So take another breath in and another breath out. And then bring the hands down around the right foot. Come off the left knee. Bring the left foot forward. Take the right foot back. Keep your feet in two separate lanes. Bend into that left knee so it stays stacked over your ankle, and then release the right knee to the mat and either untuck the toes or stay on the toes. Your choice. I'm recommending staying on your toes because you can push into them, getting a toe stretch. At the same time, you're bending deeply into this left knee, and it's fine for it to go past your ankle. This is the only pose you can take it past. Stretching out that right hip flexor. You'll feel it. Take a nice deep breath in, pulling into the low belly, and a deep breath out. One more breath in. One more breath out. And then bring the hands down, untuck the right knee, bring that foot forward. Forward fold at the top of your mat. Take a full breath in for your halfway lift and pause. Soften the knees, but draw the heart forward and the crown of the head forward. And then exhale, forward fold. Take a full breath in, rise up to stand, get nice and tall, and then sit your hips back into chair. Bring your hands right to your heart space. Focus on your feet, staying connected and grounded. Draw the hips back, pull in through the low belly to tuck your tail, and just push the right hand into the left hand to draw those shoulders back, staying open across the heart. Take a full breath in and a full breath out, and just pause here. Maybe you're listening to the wind outside, or you've really tuned into your breath and you're hearing yourself breathe. It's a very still and silent morning, which is very appropriate for Good Friday. So take another full breath in and a full breath out. Yes, I know you're still in chair because I'm right here with you. Breathe, you've got this. Let your quads do their job. Take another full breath in, and then in your exhale, forward fold, fingertips come down to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Toe heel your feet apart. Take them nice and wide on your mat. Maybe they go right off onto the carpet. And let your hands come to opposite elbows and release your head down. So gravity is bringing you back to the earth. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And you can sway a little bit right to left here. Good morning, Susie. I'm glad you're listening. One more breath in and one more breath out. Release your hands back to the earth and then walk your feet back in underneath you so they're directly under your hip points. We're going to come into Tadasana. So take a full breath in for a halfway lift first, and then exhale, forward fold. Take a full breath in, sweep up, reach up, get big, and then bring your hands right to your heart space and pause. Open up your hands forward in your Tadasana. Your feet are directly underneath your hips, but keeping your hands open forward helps draw the shoulders back. So take a full breath in and a full breath out, and just be here, grounded and still on your Good Friday. Take a full breath in, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk, step, or jump your feet back out to plank. Bring a little energy into this, and then decide if you're going to lower all the way down or just shift your hips back up. So keep your elbows close to your side bodies as you lower down. Inhaling for cobra, draw the shoulders back again, lifting your heart, taking a full breath in and a full breath out as you release, and then just pause and lay on the ground. Bring your arms down by your sides and turn your head so you're flat on the mat. And then with a breath, bring your chin back to the center of the mat. Arms are by your side. Take a full breath in as you lift the shoulders up like your fingertips are reaching for the back wall. Now, if this hurts your low back, you're going too high. So lower it down a little bit. You can start to lift your feet, point your toes. Take a full breath in this bow pose and a full breath out. One more breath in and then exhale, release. Turn your head to the side. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, lifting again, really ground your hip points into the mat, into the earth. Let the arms go behind you and lift your feet behind you. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And even though the hands and the feet are going behind you, feel like the crown of the head is moving forward. One more breath in, and then exhale, release. Turn your head to the other side. Bring your hands back by your ribs, center your head, and then with a nice deep breath in, straighten up the arms, pushing back to your knees or full plank, and then lift your hips high for downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet, taking a full breath in and a full breath out, and then bend both knees to bring your shins parallel to the earth. And then straighten the legs, pressing the thigh bones to the back, lifting the hips up nice and high. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale the right leg straight out behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward, planted by your thumb. This time, rise up strong for crescent. So stay on the left toes, lifting the heel high above the ball of the foot, and bend just a little bit deeper into that right knee. You can keep your arms up by your ears, or you could drop the shoulder or the elbows, drawing the shoulders back, but still lift through the heart. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then we're going to stretch the left arm forward and the right arm back and twist open toward the right. Keep drawing that right knee open toward the pinky toe. Inhale, bring the arms back up to frame the head. Bring the elbows back down again. This time, swivel the back foot down, open up into warrior two. So now the right arm forward and the left arm is back. Take a full breath in as you open up that right hand, sweep it up, and then exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the foot. Either jump switch or walk the left foot forward and take the right foot back. Pause with your feet in two separate lanes, like railroad tracks, train tracks. And then inhale strong, rise back up to crescent. And again, the arms can go up. You can bring the elbows down. Just keep lifting through the heart, pulling into the low belly. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then we're going to take the right arm forward and the left arm back, twisting open from crescent. Breathe deeply. Inhale, arms come back up and pause. And then on your next breath, we're going to open up into warrior two. So swivel that right foot down, stay bent in the left knee, stacking it right over the ankle. Look out over the middle finger of your left hand and pause. Ground into your feet as you readjust them so they're in one lane. And then flip that left hand, sweep it up, stretch back. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the foot. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Pause in your plank. Stay high on your toes. Decide if you want to flow through a vinyasa or do you want to just go back to the stillness of down dog. You can also take in a child's pose here. So bringing your big toes to touch and taking your knees wide. I think child's pose is a very reflective, perfect pose for Good Friday because you get quiet, you return to your breath. It's dark because your head is down, resting your forehead either on the mat or you could stack your hands, and you just get quiet. It's a great place for some reflection, to recoup your breath if you've worked a little bit harder than you thought you were going to. So take a full breath in and a full breath out. Pause and breathe. One more breath in, one more breath out. With your next breath, start to walk your way back out of child's pose if that's where you are. Lift your hips, come on back into down dog. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale high up to your toes. Exhale, let the heels lower again, stretching out the back sides of your legs. And then inhale again, come on up to your toes, look forward, and on your exhale, walk your feet back up right between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Draw the heart forward and the crown of the head forward. And then exhale, release that, hinging right over your legs. Take a full breath in as you rise up strong again. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart space and pause. Okay, how are we doing? Are you breathing? Did you build up a little bit of heat? I hope so. It's time to get into a little bit of restorative. We're going to do legs up the wall and then come into a nice 15-minute Shavasana, which seems strange to do when we're doing this on Facebook Live, but you really need that time to get into the pose so you can let go and just find out how to release your central nervous system. So that's what we're doing today. Michael is going to help me again. That's just because he loves restorative and could care less about all the other stuff. So he's willing to get into legs up the wall so I can talk you through this, but also show you what's happening. So for this pose, you're going to need a heavy-duty pillow or a block and a bolster, okay? So, and a strap, whether that's your bathrobe strap or a regular yoga strap. So we've set up right over here, mat against the wall, and I've put the bolster on top of the block. Now, don't panic if you don't have these things. You can always just take a cushion from your couch and in place of this, just rest that right against the wall. You just want a little something soft for the back of your legs, okay? So, with that said, move yourself to a wall. Come on over, Michael. And I'm going to set this up for him here. And he's going to lay down in front of it as far as he can get himself to it. And then we have a strap. Pull your legs back just for a minute so I can turn this. Okay, try that. That's better. Better? Yes. And I'm going to take the strap, and whether like I said, it's a bathrobe tie or a belt, something that you can secure your legs to the bolster or the cushion. And obviously, if it's a couch cushion, you're going to need a wider strap, I'm thinking. So then, it's just enough to keep your legs in place. Now, if you don't have a wall handy and you're struggling with this, just go over in front of the couch, bend your knees over it, and you can lay with your legs right up against the couch. That will work too. Okay, so he's nice and flat, and we're going to take either a little washcloth, or if you have a little eye pillow, that's great. We're going to put that right over his eyes. And see if you can tip your chin closer down. So if you feel like too much neck is open, bring your chin down just a little bit more, okay? And then because we're doing restorative in the house and we're not in a warm studio, I'm going to cover him up with a blanket. That's it. There's really not a lot to this. Okay, good. Okay, he's good. So take a full breath in and a full breath out. Pat says hi, Michael.
Hi, Pat.
Okay, focus on your breath. Come back to just being still. Hopefully you have socks on. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. And just pause and come back to your breath. And it may seem like it's more of a meditation, but you're actually releasing the stress and tension that your body is holding. We're going to be in this pose for 10 minutes. I will ring the chimes when it's time to come out. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your toes just a bit and bring some movement into your fingers. And then nice and slow, if you're covered with a blanket, you can start to remove that and gently bring your legs down one at a time, releasing them from underneath the strap or the tie. And then keep your knees drawn into your chest, pausing for just another breath and rolling to your right side. Linger there for just another moment. Pausing to equalize your blood pressure now that you've changed the position of your legs again and gravity is no longer taking hold. Pause and breathe, and maybe you notice a little extra ease or a little extra comfort as you're now on your side. And then you can use your hands and push yourself up to a seat. How are we doing? There's nothing like a little restorative on a snowy April Good Friday. All right, we're going to set up for Shavasana now. So this is where your bath towels can come into play. I think that that's very comforting because they're kind of soft but firm. So here I've got 4 towels rolled together. Turn around the other way, okay? And we're going to take these 4 rolled bath towels, this beautiful bolster that I made, or if you have a regular bolster, you could use that. And you're going to turn around and lay flat on your back and then bend your knees. And get that towel rolled right underneath them. Okay? Let me move this, Michael. If you have a bolster and you're putting that underneath your legs, have it rest more against your calves than your knees. Okay, is that all right? Lift up your knees. Better? Okay. And I'm going to take another blanket and just roll it gently to place under his ankles so his Achilles heels have a little bit of support. Okay, put that down. Better? And then he's going to open up his hands away from his side bodies. And I'm going to give him a head pillow because sometimes in Shavasana we tend to let our chins lift up. So if you have another small blanket that you can put underneath your head but not in the roll of your neck. So you're just supporting your cranium. Lift up, please. Better, much better. Okay, great. And then you're going to take that blanket again and cover yourself up because there's nothing good comes from being cold in Shavasana. It takes you completely out of the moment. So you want to be warm and still and with your eyes covered to bring you some darkness. That helps your brain settle down. And then once you're all covered up and you're snug like a bug in a rug, you can take a full breath in, pause at the top, and a long, slow exhale out. And just be quiet as your mind settles in. And you give yourself an opportunity to just ground, to let go, to be still, and to reflect on this Good Friday. One more full breath in. One more full breath out. You'll stay in Shavasana for the next 15 minutes. It will be quiet and hopefully peaceful. Don't let your mind take you too far away. Just come back to your inhales and your exhales and let go. I'll ring the bells when it's time to come out. Shavasana. Start to deepen your breath. Bring some movement back into your fingers and your toes. And then when you're ready, you can bend your knees and draw them back up into your chest. Again, rolling to your right side. And just pause there. Nestled up in a nice little ball. Hopefully coming out of a restful Shavasana. Whether you're watching this live with me now, or you're going to watch it later, or you could always come back and watch it again even later after that. The restorative piece may seem strange if you're just coming in now and it's like, why is there no talking? Why is there no movement? Because this is the time where we settle and we rest and restore our bodies and our minds. Using your hands, push yourself up to a seat. Sit nice and tall, allowing yourself to come back into your sit bones and your spine and your heart and your head. And then we're going to take a full breath in and sweep the arms up overhead, stretching up, looking up. Exhaling, bringing the hands right back into your heart space. You can rest your thumbs right on your chest. From Henry, Indiana, Michael and I, the light and truth in us sees that in each of you. Grateful for your participation, your attendance, whether it's live or you come back and you watch this later. We wish you a good Friday and a beautiful holiday weekend. Together we say, Namaste.